Right, so what I'm going to do is move this. I'm in the kitchen and I've moved the blender base over. I'm going to do a bit of a smoothie. Now, I know this is a bit of a waste of dishes, but this is important so that I don't stuff myself up here. Okay, so, oh hang on, I forgot I've got to get a bloody cutting board out. Okay, now I'm going to get out strawberries and raspberries. What's that in the fridge there? Thought I was going to eat that. Okay. Right, I'm going to find the bloody things. I'm just going to wash and put a few raspberries in. Oh, just ripped the lid off entirely, didn't I? Just going to get a handful of raspberries, which, oh, that one's no good. That one's alright. That one's yuck. Chuck it out. Get rid of the yucky one. Put that over there. And there's always a disgusting looking fruit in this bloody fucking punnets they've got. Oh, yuck. That's no good either. Put that away. The rest of them are okay. Now, I'm going to find the lid to this raspberry thing. Now. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I'm going to wash these. Have to be very thoroughly washed. Oh, Jesus, hang on. Which one have I got? That one's no good and that one's no good. Okay. They're going into the bowl. They're going into the bin. Raspberries in that packet, which means they're slowly going rotten, but I'm sorted. And now, so the important part of this process is preparing the fruit that you want in it. We'll wash some strawberries. Okay, 3 of them is good enough. Oh, like this. Full strawberries. Okay. Cut those up. That away. Where's my raspberry punnet? Put that away. Get out a banana. Okay. Oh, very cold in there. Stops them from going rotten, which is a good thing. Always stops the bananas going rotten. These bananas are, oh, bloody dropped the stupid thing then. I thought it was going to go on the ground. Okay, I think it's alright. Okay, now I've got to cut the banana and strawberries up. This is what I'm doing before I've even gotten started with the process of making the smoothies. Okay. Alright, that in there. And then I'm going to measure next. So after I've cut the strawberries, I'm going to measure. I'm going to measure milk and ice cream. So me and my OT have got an idea of how to contain mess so that when it happens, it is going to happen on the bench and not all over the side of the I need to see if I can do less wastage with those strawberries, if I can actually not waste strawberry, like cutting a bit of strawberry to get the top of it. I want to see if I can just get the flour off without wasting strawberry. Anyway, I need to make sure that with the arrangement I made with the OT, that I do everything in such a way that the base of the blender and the actual jug itself doesn't get stuffed all over it, over the sides of it when I'm making it. So if I cut the fruit and put it in a bowl and then give it the outside of the bowl a wipe over, then I'll wipe the bench. Okay, and then I'll put the cutting board in the sink, wipe the bench, right, and then that way stuff doesn't get onto the sides and the base, so the sides of the jug, the base of the food processor. So now I'm going to get my jug and I'm going to put this onto the processing base. Just like that. Feel that it's right. Yep. Now I'm going to take that off. And I'm not going to turn it physically on yet. It's off at the wall, I'm not going to turn it on yet. I'm going to get a little cup. It doesn't matter that I use the same cup. What matters is that I can't see, and if I just get the milk and go and pour it in there, would I really know how much is going in there? No, I wouldn't. So if I pour it into the cup and do 1.5 to 2 cups of milk, then I know how much it is. And the important thing with this smoothie is you don't need to use an exact measuring cup. Some recipes calls for a cooking measure. So a cooking cup measure is called for some recipes, but with a smoothie or a fruit puree or something, the idea isn't an exact cooking measure, it's more that you're getting enough liquids and food into there without making a huge mess on the jug and the base. And you're not putting too much liquid in there or not enough, and you don't know because there's no specific boundary such as the top of a cup or something to guide you. So I'm going to get the milk and I'm going to put in one, about that much. So one, feel that it's over the side of the jug and not going everywhere else over the thing. So one, So that's, just done something. So that's 1 cup, which I need to now clean up the mess. I've just spilt something by accident, not purposefully, but so I did 1 cup, and now I reckon I need another half a cup. Now if I just went and I tipped that milk in
55%, 60%, pause, speech off.
If I just went in and I picked the bottle up and physically tipped it up into the jug, I would never know how much I've tipped in there. But when I use a little cup, I can feel how much milk I'm tipping into the cup, which is a pre-measure of what you want, and then I'm not wasting any milk, and I'm not over or under measuring how much liquid goes in there. And when I tip it up into the jug there, I'm simply tipping what goes into there. Tip it up, okay, and it's in there. And I haven't made a massive mess, spilt it all over the place, missing the target, missing the jug and tipping it somewhere else. Then I don't need another little cup. If I want to be fast, I can get 1 cup for milk and 1 cup for yogurt. No, I'm not doing that. I can if I want to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to get vanilla ice cream. Oh, that's using green light. Oh no, yes. No, that's the vanilla ice cream. Okay, and I'm going to put it out for a couple of minutes to not for long, but the other problem I have been a blindy. So pretend I've got the ice cream container open, scoop, 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 feel where the base is, touch the ice cream, feel the base, the jug, whatever. Mainly the jug, go to tip it in, and some of it gets onto the side and gets down the base, all over the place, all over the bench. This is how you avoid that. Open the seal, if you can open it, that is. That's how you can avoid that. So I'm going to open the ice cream container and put the lid over there. Now I'm going to bring the container and the cup over here, because me and the OT have an arrangement that if I spill anything and it gets on the bench, that can be washed. If I were to take this cup of ice cream scoop over to the jug and make an attempt to put it in, and some of it spills off onto the side of the base, the jug, and into the base, then you've got to clean all that off, and this and that and so forth, which is a pain in the bum. So now what I'm going to do is put the lid on the ice cream and put it back in the freezer before I actually do anything else, because then I know blind Michelle hasn't forgotten to put the ice cream away half an hour later and it hasn't melted. Right. That's there, yep. Wait. Stop it. Stop it. Come on. Naughty. Go back. Go back. Okay. Now it's not going to sit straight. Shit. Oh no, it's not going to sit up there. Okay. No, it's not going to sit there. That's a full bag of veggies that must sit where it is. It can't go anywhere else. So I'm just going to quickly close the freezer. Okay. There we go. Now, I've got my cup of ice cream. Now, if I'm using the scoop and I grab some ice cream out of the container, take the scoop up to the side, I've then got to touch where the scoop is, touch the jug, tip it in, meanwhile ice cream is dripping all over the side of the jug, and I've possibly dropped something onto the base of the machine, which, because you've got the jug there down to the edge of the base of the machine, which is like there's already water around it, already water around the side of it, you know, where the moisture is, where the milk's spilt up on it. See, anything that spills on there spills off the side of the jug onto the edge of the machine, because the jug sits on top of the middle of the base and on around it, so that there is, don't know how I'm meant to explain this, so that when the jug sits on the base, around the jug there is still a lip. So you've got the jug sitting on the base, and around the edges of it it's like a lip, you know, so it sits and there's the base in all directions around the jug is a little bit wider, so it forms an edge of the base around the jug in the centre of it, which means anything can drip onto the jug outside down to the base where the bottom ledge is, all around the jug. With this ice cream, I take my cup, tip it up into there, which makes not nearly as much mess, and I can feel in the cup to get all the ice cream out. And it's all out, and there may be a little tiny bit of mess on the side of the jug because it splashes, so you just clean it off. Clean it all off. Just clean it off. What I really should have done first is actually put the ice cream and fruit in there first, then the milk, but I didn't. So then I take my bowl and I tip that up. Am I having to feel where the base is with both hands, and then feel up to the top of the jug with both hands, and then touch the food and then get food all over the place? No. I'm simply putting my bowl up to the top of the jug and tipping it over into the jug and feeling that it's all going in there. And I've made a lot less mess than if I had actually gone and just chucked all the fruit in the jug into the jug without measuring it out first. You've got to touch where the food is, touch where the jug is, put it in there, and then food is dripping down onto the machine, making a mess. Whereas if I do it the other way, a little tiny mess will happen and you just quickly clean it up. Not much to do. No shit everywhere. Okay, there's a bit of stuff on the bench, I reckon. So I'm just going to clean it up. There is no shit all over the place. There isn't any shit all over the, base that I haven't noticed. There isn't bloody stuff getting all through the mechanical system inside. I'm not having to get a cloth and clean all over the jug, which is my other option, is to keep the jug off the blender, put the jug in front of me, cut the fruit up on the board, touch the jug, put everything in there, measure a cup of milk out or 2 cups, whatever, and then I can even take my ice cream scoop, feel the scoop and feel the jug and put it in there. Then I've made a bloody mess on the jug that I then have to clean up the jug with the cloth and then put it on the base. And then wipe the mess off the bench. But I actually find it easier to measure things into cups and bowls first, then put that up into the jug and wipe a little splatter away instead of a great big mess. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to turn it on. Now I'm going to start it. Okay, that's done. That's done. I've turned it off at the wall, of course. I'm now going to have a feel of it. Oh, it's all done. It's all mashed up. Now, see, what I do is I'll leave it on low to mix it for a few seconds, about 10 seconds, then I'll put it on high for 10 seconds, because then that's 20 seconds in the blender. I'm not going to use it anymore. I'm just going to get a cup. I'm going to drink it, and yeah, that's me done with my smoothie. I'm now going to tip it into the cup. And put it over that way. I'm going to taste it. Oh, yum! That's lovely. That is delicious. Yum! So, this blender's really, really powerful. I don't even need to turn it on high, but I just do that just to froth it up a bit. You turn it on low to mix it, blend it up, and then I'm going to turn it. Then I turn it on high to give it a bit of a froth for about 10 seconds, and then I turn it off. So you can basically make your smoothie with whatever method of measuring things out as you like. The main point is that the base is a wide base, and when you put things on the base like a container, like the jug or the other attachment, there's a bit of a lip around the edge of it, and the main thing you don't want is food getting all over it. You don't want food dropping off the jug or off your fingers all over the base. So you're better off putting everything into the jug away from the base, or pre-measuring everything into a bowl and a cup and tipping that into the jug while it's attached to the base, or leaving the jug off the base until you filled it with what you want and then putting it back on there when you're ready to blend it up. It's up to you, but make sure that stuff does not get all over the base of the blender. And you've got to be ready to clean the jug if you get mess on it. And find a way that you won't make a really big mess that is difficult to clean while you're in the process of making a smoothie or milkshake or something. So yeah, that's me doing a smoothie. I'm going to have another drink. Some of it didn't blend properly, that's not nice, but it's alright. But next time I'm going to blend it on high for 30 seconds and then pulse it. It's alright, but I just don't like lumps in it. I'll accept it today, but usually I don't want lumps in it. So next time I'm going to try my way, which is to blend it on high. Well, blend it on low for about 5 seconds to like mix it around, and blend it on high for 30 seconds and then pulse it. But for today it's reasonable. I will make it better next time I do it. Some of the strawberry hasn't mashed properly. It's in little bits, but it's not the way I like it. Anyway, I'll do it again. Do another one again soon.
Speech on. Pause. Stop. Button.